Tuesday, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tell Me Baby, morning to you, 7:10, and joining us, former Royal Marine John Bathgate. He joins us via Zoom this morning. John, a very good morning. Thanks for your time.
No problem at all. I'm in recovery at the moment, so I've got plenty of time.
Because we did talk about you and your adventure with your great friend as well, Ian Roberts. The two of you attempting to paddle the Amazon River, attacked by pirates. There's so much to talk about. These pirates attack you, and they had guns and you didn't.
Yeah, pretty much. We spoke with them. They came alongside and we spoke with them for a little while. And it was obvious he was checking out if we were worth robbing and if we had weapons as well. And he made the call to pull his weapon out. And Ian, my good friend from the Corps, reacted and just pushed his paddle right in the guy's chest and put him off balance. And that was the sort of life-saving move that stopped him from coming up on us, and it enabled me to then close the distance and jump on the guy before he could get a well-aimed shot off.
John, it feels like you're describing a movie, like it's something out of something we've seen on TV programs, movies, and it's real life for you. Like, obviously, you've got a history of knowing what you're doing, being a former British Royal Marine commando, but what's going through your mind when this is happening? Like, is it fear? Is there a sense of calm? I just want to get a feeling as to what someone like you, an absolute unit, does in that position. Because for anyone else, like any of us listening, we're like, oh, God.
We're done.
Panic.
I'll be totally honest with you. There was nothing in my head at all. It was completely automatic behavior. And it was only after we were sort of paddling away in our boat 10 minutes later that we started to process what had happened and what we'd done. I mean, there was little moments where I can remember having clear thoughts, but then when there was something to do, it was just very automatic, and I wasn't doing too much thinking, which probably was a good thing because I guess thinking creates hesitation.
So there's two of you. How many pirates are there? And did you really know going into this that you might bump into them?
Yeah, there was two of us and two of them, and thankfully they were stupid. Why would you get so close to us when you've got an area weapon? They gave us the chance to fight. And it was 2-on-2, so we did have a decent chance there. Of course, we knew the risk. Yeah, we'd done a lot of research into it, and there is a risk around that area and further into Brazil as well that the risk could potentially get worse. There's people have been killed there recently, but you never think it's going to happen to you. And we thought we'd taken enough precautions and looked sort of hard enough that people wouldn't touch us, but I guess we were wrong there.
And John, at what point do they shoot you?
Yeah, you got shot.
Yeah, so Ian hits the guy in the chest and puts him off guard, and I advance on the guy. The guy fires two shots. The first one misses, and then just as I've grabbed him, attempting to go for the weapon, he shot me in the shoulder. At that point, I've fallen into the water. Ian's already in the water by that point, and I guess he came up the back, and I was still under the water. And this is the one bit where I do remember I was actually thinking. I felt the shot. It was a full body jolt that just went through me, but there wasn't much pain. And then the next thing, I was under their boat, wondering which side of the boat should I come up on, assuming that the lad's going to be there pointing his weapon and finish me off as soon as I come up. So then I did come up, and Ian and him were sort of grappling on the side of the boat, and then I grabbed the lad and pushed him under, intention to just drown him. And then another shot went through my leg, and then luckily I was able to sort of follow his, because the water's very murky, you can't see anything. And we were underwater at this point. I was able to follow his arm down with my hands, and I found the weapon in his hand. It was just luck that it was the arm that I chose to follow, and twisted the weapon out of his hand, and in that process fired two shots in his direction. One of those shots hit him, and then I was able to kick back and surface and saw Ian just to my left, and we just swam like hell back to our boat.
Coming up on the Morning Rumble.
Well, more next from former Royal Marine. His name John Bathgate. He's with us. Ian Roberts as well, his mate, paddling the Amazon. They were trying to do the whole Amazon, got attacked by pirates, so they got away. Then what happened, we're going to find out next after Harley Suspects. You're on The Rock. Good morning. You're on The Rock. Harley Suspect, Preposterous. They did very well in The Rock 2000 Countdown. Number 5, Harley Suspect, My Name is Human, coming in at number 5. So absolutely huge. If you want to see where your favourite band or song ended up, you can head to therock.net.nz. And, of course, Harley Suspect here in a few months, aren't they? So, yeah, they sold lots of tickets. Very popular. Very popular indeed.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Top 5.
It was huge, wasn't it? A massive day, Rock 2000 Countdown. If you are listening, of course you were. If you were there at Spark Arena, thanks for coming. We had a great time. I'm sure you did too.
Well, you party wherever they were around the country. I bet you if you got 100 people in a room, not many of them could name the top 10. A few days on, not many.
No, you're right, Bryce.
And that includes anyone at this station.
We had to, we replayed a montage yesterday as well, just to remind us. Yeah, it was good. We're back with John Bathgate. He's a former Royal Marine. Him and his mate were paddling the Amazon River, and they were attacked by pirates, and they were shot. John was actually shot twice. That's where we left him, and then he's swimming for shore. So we're back with him.
With the greatest respect, I'll never, that I would assume, encounter pirates, and I don't know much about pirates, but are they still rolling with a parrot on their shoulder and saying, "Arr"?
Bottle of rum.
Yeah, it's the right part of the world for parrots, but no, these two lads didn't have any on their shoulders.
And so you get to the community, and I read your story, and the response from not just the Peruvians, but also I think the Brazilian authorities as well. It couldn't have been better.
Yeah, we'd spent a bit of time in Iquitos, which is 4 days paddling upstream, the capital of the Peruvian Amazon, and from there we'd met the mayor and some Peruvian Navy lads. Basically, we'd become friendly with, amongst other really good people, which helped us. So we had that connection, and then as soon as this happened, we got on our Garmin mini InReach devices and sent out an SOS, and the Navy just sent everything. Like a whole armada ended up with us within 3 hours, and I was on a drip, antibiotics, and the guys were cleaning me up. So yeah, really good support from them and the Brazilians as well. They were on a joint exercise, so we had a big Brazilian hospital ship come up as well.
Amazing.
John Bathgate with us, former Royal Marine. The crazy thing is, you were attempting Summit to Sea, which is obviously Summit to Sea, Amazon River. The crazy thing is, you're going to attempt it again.
Yep, Ian and I and a slightly bigger team are going to head out as soon as possible. Really, we need to go back to the same place where the pirate attack happened. Thank these villagers that took us in, and then continue from there. So just continue the journey. The expedition is from Chimborazo summit to the mouth of the Amazon, and Chimborazo is the summit of Chimborazo is the closest place on Earth to the sun. So that is also a source of the greatest river on Earth. So it's a journey that nobody's done yet, and we're hoping to go back out and finish it as soon as.
Awesome. Well, I see that you guys are trying to raise some funds as well to help go do it again. If anyone listening has loved your story and sort of wants to get amongst it or be part of it, you can text the word Amazon to 3520. We'll flick you back the link to donate that. I keep going back to the fact of this is a movie because I don't have any experience of this in real life, obviously, and it does sound like a movie. Surely, once you've completed this, and I hope it goes well, there's so many options, though. Whether you want to or not, I don't know, but there's books.
Yes.
Has anybody got in touch for movies, TV? Like, has anybody tried to have any of that chat, or is it still too early? Because it seems a sitter.
Yeah, we've not had any serious conversations, but a lot of people have said we should write books. But I mean, hey, you guys are in New Zealand, and probably created the 3 best movies of all time in Lord of the Rings. So if there's any directors out there that want to give us a shout, then I'd be happy to hear.
Well, as long as Peter Jackson doesn't make it, because it'll be 9 hours.
It'll be too long.
It'll be too long. Plus the Hobbit. Hey, listen, was this I know you're a Royal Marine. Did you serve in Iraq or Afghanistan for that matter? Was this the first time you had like hand-to-hand combat, or is this like your training and your experience when you've been fighting had kicked in? Just
training, yeah. I spent just over 8 years in the Corps between 2013 and 2021, right. And there was very little going on in that time. Fortunately, Afghanistan was finished, but I didn't have any combat roles in my time there. So, but we had great training the whole way through it. So that definitely prepared us.
Hey, if you don't do a movie too, just another idea, if you don't do a movie or a book, now that you've been shot twice, you could do a rap album like 50 Cent got shot 9 times. That could be an option too.
Yeah, let me write out some lines.
Former Royal Marine John Bathgate, we did mention you on our show a few weeks ago, which was extraordinary, and it's so good to talk to you finally, and I'm glad the recovery's going well, John.
Thanks for your time.
Unreal, man.
Thanks you guys. Thanks a lot for your interest, and please do text that word in because we're looking for funding to get back out. So really appreciate you guys raising awareness for us.
Coming up on the Morning Rumble.
That is Amazon 3520. So they've tried it once, attacked by pirates. John was shot twice. He's recovering, but he's back into it again. They want to get him back into it again as soon as they can.
Hand-to-hand combat, the other blokes have guns.
They have guns, yeah.
And you win.
And yet
That is skill.
they
Yeah.
won, trying to drown them in the Amazon River, essentially.
Unreal story.
Hard to fathom. Yeah.
How do you think you and Bryson Miles, you'd go paddling up the creek without a paddle?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a supper. I love my supper.
Just stop.
True. Bryce, you'd want Miles to...
Who would you rather go paddling the Amazon with, bro? Me or Rog?
Mal.
I know she's not an option.
I would help you.
Ryan.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's got
fair enough.
he's got a sail for a nose.
Or, yeah, and a sundial. I could know what time of the day was. Or I'll take Mitch, because I'd just throw Mitch straight at the pirates.
Take him.
Take this Crusaders Punisher. Bang.
No, fair enough. 7:23, it was huge yesterday, Monday, thanks to Harvey Norman, New Zealand's loudest snorer. So many coming through. We're going to get to more next.
Rock Accurate Traffic.
Mercedes-Benz Botany for your Mercedes-Benz.
Partly cloudy today.